go to the Amish church. And we had a small buggy, and there was all of us kids, so there wasn't no place for us to sit. So Mom and Dad sat in the front on the seat, and then all of us kids stood behind the seat of the buggy. And we had on what was us girls had on what was called a mundley. It had no arms in it, and it was like a cape that you put on and buttoned in the front, and then your arms were down to the side. But it was cold, and in the wintertime, your feet almost froze riding in that contraption. And
going down the hill. Remember when you said when you came to the hill, what would they do? Going into Fredericksburg.
Oh, sometimes we had to get out and walk so the horse could go up the hill. But then when we got on top of the hill, we jumped in because it was straight down. And in Fredericksburg, Ohio, there's 4 roads going in. It's a crossroad. And so all 4 roads start on top of the hill, and it goes straight down the hill to the bottom in town. Mm-hmm. And that was quite a thing for a horse to pull a buggy up the hill and then have to hold back to go down the hill. So Fredericksburg is still kind of scary if you're not used to it.
Mom, you had told us that you remembered Aunt Katie and Aunt Fanny coming for a visit, so let's tell that story.
Yeah, every so often they would come. And one forenoon, somebody knocked on the door, and there was Aunt Katie and Aunt Fanny. And I was standing on a chair washing dishes. I had 2 dish pans on the table, and I was standing on a chair washing dishes. I must have been about 6 years old. Anyway, I was wet all down the front. I probably had water all over the floor. But my aunt came in, and she seen me, and she walked over to me, and she said, "Ken verstand?" And my mom come out and said, "Was ist letzt?" So there's my Fanny said, "It's no sense." And then Mom come out, and of course she was it kind of hurt her feelings. But the truth of it was, here I was 6 years old with 2 dish pans on the table trying to wash the dishes, and Mom was sitting in the living room. So anyway, that's the way I did from the time that I was that little until I left home.
How did they respond? Did they just leave it like that?
No, they came in and took my wet dress off and dried me off and put on a clean dress, and then they got in the kitchen and they finished washing the dishes. Mm-hmm. Of course I helped, but after I was dry, and they cleaned up the floor. So my Aunt Fanny and Aunt Katie told that story from the time I was 6 years old until after they were old women. We'd sit on the porch and they'd tell that story.